Good evening. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Joint communique following visit of President of the Maldives to Bahrain. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabeeka congratulated Health Minister on WHO honor. Higher Education Council and World Bank discussed cooperation. International developers invited to bid for 6th phase of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park. Yellow alert for parts of Maharashtra and rain continues to lash Delhi. News in detail. Joint communique following a visit of President of the Maldives to Bahrain. Within the framework of long-standing relations and friendship which tie the Kingdom of Bahrain into the Republic of Maldives, and in line with the aspiration to strengthen bilateral cooperation between the two countries, official discussions were held between His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Excellency Ibrahim Mohammed Salih, President of the Republic of Maldives, at Gudebia Palace. The two sides discussed the value of close bilateral relations, new areas of cooperation, and ways to develop and enhance existing ties that serve mutual interests. The two sides stressed a common desire to strengthen economic trade and investment cooperation, as well as the importance of supporting the private sector to contribute to economic growth for the benefit of both countries and their people. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabeeka congratulated Health Minister on WHO honor. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabeeka bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, wife of His Majesty the King and President of Supreme Council for Women, sent a cable of congratulations to Health Minister Dr. Jalila bint Al Sayed Jawad Hassan, who was honored by the World Health Organization for her efforts to step up vaccination. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabeeka hailed the international honor which was conferred by the WHO Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on immunization in recognition of the Minister's medical contributions to enhance health services. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabeeka hailed Dr. Hassan's role in representing Bahrain among the WHO Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on immunization and as an active member in Team Bahrain, led by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. She wished the Minister continuous success in her duties to reflect women's dedication and resolve to serve the nation under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. President of the Maldives left Bahrain. President of the Republic of Maldives, Ibrahim Mohammed Salih, and his accompanying delegation left Bahrain yesterday following a visit to the kingdom during which he held talks with His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa on ways of boosting bilateral relations of friendship and cooperation in regional and international issues of common interest. The Maldivian President was bidden farewell at Bahrain International Airport by Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani. The head of the mission of honor, the Maldives Ambassador to the Kingdom of Bahrain, Mohammed Khalil, Muharrak Deputy Governor, and a number of officials. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad restructured 2024 School Games Executive Committee. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, SCOI's first Deputy Chairman, GSA Chairman and BOC President, issued an edict restructuring the Executive Committee undertaking preparations for the School Games, which will be held in Bahrain in 2024. The Executive Committee is tasked with supervising all the necessary procedures to prepare for the organization of the school games that Kingdom will host in 2024. It will study the appropriate budget to finance all the requirements of hosting and the necessary media coverage for it, as well as coordination with all governmental and non-governmental agencies concerned with organizing the tournament inside and outside Bahrain, and submit periodic reports to His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa and the General Sports Authority. LMRA conducted joint inspection campaign in Northern Governorate. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority conducted an inspection campaign which targeted a number of work sites in the Northern Governorate. The campaign was held in coordination with the Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs of the Ministry of Interior. The campaign resulted in issuing several offences related to violations of LMRA and immigration laws, and necessary legal measures were taken. These campaigns are a reflection of the ongoing efforts exerted by LMRA and MOI to enhance and safeguard the work environment. The operation also aimed to address LMRI's close monitoring of practices that affect the competitiveness, flexibility and fairness of the labour market, and its role to assess their negative impact on social security. LMRI stressed the pivotal role of the community in supporting the government's efforts in preserving economic health and social security and stability. BDF Commander-in-Chief praised military team's achievement. A number of BDF military athletes achieved honourable results during their participation as part of Bahrain's national archery team in the Second Arab Club Championships held in Tunisia from 2nd to 9th October 2022. BDF Commander-in-Chief Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad Al Khalifa congratulated the athletes on bagging the gold medal for the women's teams and the bronze medal for the men's teams. He praised the archers, technical and administrative staff for their achievement, hailing the performance of the military team in various regional, Arab and international championships. He paid tribute to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, for their support. Higher Education Council and World Bank discussed cooperation. Secretary General of the Higher Education Council and Deputy Chairperson of Higher Education Council Board of Trustees, Dr. Sheikha Rana bint Isa bin Duaij Al Khalifa, received a delegation from the World Bank who are on a visit to the kingdom. The two sides discussed areas of cooperation between the Higher Education Council and the World Bank to create more opportunities for investment and to provide modern technology in education fields. Dr. Sheikha Rana briefed the delegation about Higher Education Council's policies, as well as its role in delivering services to universities and improving the quality of higher education in the kingdom. Today's COVID updates. COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. The Bahrain Red Crescent Society hosted a mental health workshop. The Bahrain Red Crescent Society organized a training program entitled Mental Health and Psychological Support, in which several members of the Red Crescent Societies and bodies of the GCC states participated, in addition to the volunteers of the society. The program was organized for 3 consecutive days at the headquarters of the Bahrain Red Crescent Society in the diplomatic area, and came in coordination with the International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent. The program addressed several topics, including analyzing the psychological needs of the afflicted and those affected by disasters and supporting them in overcoming the difficult times they are going through, in addition to training them to adapt to emergencies, respect their independence and dignity, and manage the mechanisms of coexistence, in addition to psychological first aid skills, self-care and peer support. Now we will be back after a very short break. The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga. Or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com.
Welcome back. 16 citizens arrested for hunting in prohibited places in Saudi. The Special Forces for 16 citizens arrested for hunting in prohibited places in Saudi. Environmental Security have arrested 16 citizens for entering a protected area without holding a permit and hunting in prohibited places. The Special Forces revealed the prohibited places where the citizens were hunting in: the Prince Mohammed bin Salman Royal Reserve and the Imam Abdulaziz bin Mohammed Royal Reserve. The citizens were carrying 6 shotguns, 11 air rifles, 4,870 rounds of ammunition, and 74 hunting birds. The forces confirmed that they seized what was in the possession of the citizens and also applied legal procedures against them. International developers invited to bid for 6th phase of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park. Dubai Electricity and Water Authority has invited international developers to send their expressions of interest to implement the 6th phase of the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park based on the independent power producer model. The deadline for submitting UAEs is 12 p.m. on Monday, 10th October 2022. Syed Mohammed Al Tahir, MT and CEO of Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, said that the 900 megawatt 6th phase of the solar park will be implemented using photovoltaic solar panels. It will become operational in stages starting from Q3 of 2025. Unit 3 of Baraka plant successfully connected to UAE's transmission grid. The Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation announced that it has safely and successfully connected the unit to the UAE's transmission grid, delivering the first megawatts of carbon-free electricity from the third of the 4 units at the Baraka Nuclear Energy Plant. The step followed the startup of Unit 3 of the Baraka Nuclear Energy Plant, its operations and maintenance subsidiary Nava Energy Company. Unit 3 will add another 1,400 megawatts of zero carbon emission electricity capacity to the national grid, a major step forward in guaranteeing UAE energy security and energy sustainability to tackle climate change, 2 of the biggest challenges facing the world today. With both Units 1 and 2 already in commercial operation, generating clean electricity every minute of the day, and with Unit 3 close to commercial operations in the coming months, Baraka is accelerating the decarbonization of the power sector and forms an essential component to the UAE's Net Zero 2050 strategy. Hurricane Julia bears down on Nicaragua's Caribbean coast. Hurricane Julia bore down on Nicaragua's central Caribbean coast early Sunday after lashing Colombia's San Andres Island in a close pass-by hours earlier, the Associated Press reported. Julia started Saturday as a tropical storm but gained power most of the day and became a Category 1 hurricane shortly before it veered slightly south of San Andres Island in the early evening. The U.S. National Hurricane Center said Julia's maximum sustained winds had stabilized around 75 meters per hour late Saturday. It was centered about 130 kilometers east-northeast of Bluefields, Nicaragua, and was moving west at 16 meters per hour, with landfall on the Nicaraguan coast expected before dawn. Colombian President Gustavo Petro had declared a maximum alert on San Andres as well as Providencia Island to the north and asked hurdles to prepare space to shelter to the vulnerable population. Officials on San Andres imposed a curfew for residents at 6 a.m. Saturday to limit people in the streets. Air operations to the islands were suspended. Yellow alert for parts of Maharashtra and rain continues to lash Delhi. Rains continue to bring down the temperature in India's national capital Delhi late Friday night and throughout yesterday, while several areas in Mumbai faced waterlogging issues due to heavy rainfall on last morning. Several parts of Maharashtra, Delhi, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan are expected to witness heavy to very heavy downpour on Sunday, the India Meteorological Department has said in its bulletin. Rain continued to bring down the temperature in the national capital late Friday night and on Saturday, elevating air quality to the good category. Meanwhile, several areas in Mumbai faced waterlogging due to heavy downpour. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.